They say winning the lottery is a once-in-a-lifetime blessing. A golden ticket that opens the door to happiness, freedom, and dreams come true. But what if I told you that same golden ticket can also destroy everything you hold dear? This is the story of how one simple purchase, a lottery ticket I almost forgot about, brought me $900,000, and cost me my marriage, my family, and my peace of mind. It all started so innocently. On a random afternoon, I picked up a ticket at the corner store. No real plan, no expectations. I tucked it away and forgot it even existed. Weeks later, I was sipping tea in the living room when the winning numbers appeared on the evening news. I checked once. Then twice. My hands trembled as the realization hit me. I had just won $900,000. I could hardly breathe. I grabbed the phone and called my husband, James. Within minutes he burst through the door. We laughed, we cried, we held each other. For the first time in years, the world felt limitless. Vacations, new homes, paying off debts, we were over the moon. I thought this money would be our ticket to freedom. I didn't know it would be the beginning of our downfall. At first, James couldn't stop talking about the future. He said he wanted to quit his job immediately. He made lists of luxury cars, designer watches, and vacation spots. He even began discussing business opportunities with his friends. But while James's head was in the clouds, mine was on the ground. I suggested we take things slow. That we meet with a financial advisor, pay off our debts, and maybe invest carefully. He didn't see caution. He saw control. He accused me of doubting him, of trying to manage everything myself. The excitement that once bonded us had begun to divide us. The money was no longer a blessing. It was quickly becoming a battlefield. As word of our winnings spread, my phone began to buzz. My parents, who I'd always had a strained relationship with, suddenly wanted to reconnect. At first, I thought it was a chance to heal old wounds. But their conversation soon shifted. They began to hint at financial struggles, unpaid bills, medical expenses, debts that weighed them down. My sister was even more direct. She demanded a share, saying she deserved it because of the times she had supported me. Her tone wasn't loving. It was entitled. For the first time in my life, I felt less like a daughter and more like a wallet. Less like a sister and more like a bank. Wasn't just family. Old friends, people I hadn't spoken to in years, began reappearing out of nowhere. At first, it felt nice. Heartfelt messages, congratulations, memories of the past. But beneath the surface, there was always a request. A loan for a business. Help with rent. A cousin's college fees. One old friend even asked me to bankroll his failing restaurant. And when I hesitated, the warmth in their voices turned cold. It hit me like a punch. People weren't seeing me anymore. They were only seeing dollar signs. Meanwhile, James was slipping further away. He began spending more time with his new circle of friends, men who thrived on lavish nights out, expensive drinks, and risky schemes. They treated him like a king as long as he was paying. When he did come home, it was late, his clothes reeking of alcohol. I tried to talk to him, to remind him of who we used to be. But every conversation turned into an argument about spending, trust, and control. The breaking point came one night when James demanded we invest a large sum into one of his friend's shady ventures. I said no. I couldn't risk losing everything. He exploded. He shouted, accused me of being selfish, of not believing in him. Then he stormed out. Days passed without a word. While James was gone, my family's demands only grew louder. My parents told me I owed them for raising me. My sister sent messages calling me greedy, heartless, even ungrateful. The pressure was suffocating. When James finally returned, the man who walked through the door was a stranger. Our conversation was long and painful. We both admitted the truth neither of us wanted to say: our marriage was no longer built on love. It was built on money, resentment, and anger. We agreed to separate. He packed his bags and left. but before he did, he took a portion of the winnings with him. He called it his share. I didn't stop him. I didn't have the strength. And just like that, the house that once felt full of dreams became an empty shell. I was surrounded by luxury, new furniture, expensive appliances, a bank account bigger than I'd ever imagined. And yet, I felt poorer than ever. I hired a financial advisor to protect what was left. I started seeing a therapist to make sense of the chaos. Slowly, I built walls around myself. Walls made of money, but empty of love. The silence in my home was louder than any argument I'd ever had. I thought money would free me. Instead, it exposed the truth. The people I loved most weren't loyal to me, they were loyal to what I could give them. And James, the man I believed I'd grow old with, chose greed over partnership. The lottery gave me wealth, but it stripped me of trust, family, and love. Sometimes, I lie awake wishing I could go back. Back to the days when life was simple. When I wasn't rich, but I was happy. When love was genuine, and relationships weren't poisoned by greed. They say money can't buy happiness. I used to laugh at that. But now, I know the truth. Money can buy comfort, yes. It can buy luxury, yes. But it cannot buy love, loyalty, or peace of mind. Winning the lottery was supposed to be a blessing. For me, it became a curse. So I ask you, what would you do if you won the lottery? Would you trust your family? Would you share it with your partner? Or would you keep it safe, even if it meant risking everything? Let me know your thoughts in the comments.